A common conversation that I find myself having a lot with Buktanga, original consciousness, the people I call my guides, the energies that I call my guides, is around the neglect of the boy child. And I remember many moons ago when I used to be a news reporter, and that story had broken out in Johannesburg in the Central Business District, the CBD, at one of the taxi ranks, one of the big ones, one of the two big ones, Noord taxi rank. And this young lady had been sexually assaulted because she was wearing a miniskirt. There are a lot of things that can be said about that incident, about a lot of things. But I remember the question that kept playing in my head is, what about the boy child? And what I meant by this is that women empowerment is great. To even call it women empowerment is ridiculous. Just returning women to the equal status as men in society, really. But with the empowerment of women and fighting for the girl child and that she may have her place, the boy child was not prepared for this. And I know a lot of people will stand in opposition to that to say, oh, why must he be prepared? I'll give this example. Patriarchy, first of all, is where we began the neglect of the boy child. And the symptoms of that are frightening, to put it lightly. But when you look at another moment in history that brings to life what I'm trying to say, is men being the ones, once upon a time, being the ones who go to the office, they're the ones who are the breadwinners, etc., etc. And women were prepared for that. And there's schooling in everything. It's the same thing as apartheid in South Africa. Any ugliness, even pretty stuff, but even a lot of ugliness, people are prepared for it. People are tested to see if they can handle it. And of course, some cannot. But generally, when it's done really well, everyone buys into it and believes in it. And so women were able to excel in that dreadful role. I'm not talking about being a housewife, because dream. I'm talking about not having the option to fully explore yourself and to find your place in the world, wherever that may be. But we were fully prepared to be subservient. It was written in the religious text, it was written in the intellectual text, it was written in the educational text, which is why it took the courage of so many brave women to put us back onto the stage like everyone else, with, of course, the help of some very elevated men along the way whom we appreciate. But we were prepared. And when it came to us being returned to the stage, boys were not prepared. There was nothing in our texts, any kind of text. It was almost, continues to be kind of a niche thing. An evolved man, a man who has emotional intelligence, who, gosh, the basics helps out in the house. And so when we wake up and we find our boy children, be it in the bodies of men who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, we cannot be surprised, because much as it is a good thing to have everyone on the stage, we have to make room for everybody, and to say to someone where you were previously standing, you're going to have to share that space. And it's lovely to have the fight about why should we and things, but it just makes life easier. And also we have to be honest about the rate at which we grow, the rate at which we evolve. And so of course they are killing us, of course they are raping us, of course they are hurting us, of course they are unfaithful to us. Because not only did we neglect the boy child in not preparing him for this superwoman, because honestly, a woman on stage is always just superwoman, even off the stage. It's just the magic of being a woman. It's just the magic of being a woman. And so we are naturally very strong. We were always, even in our subjugation, we were running things in our own way. Like that lovely line from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yes, men are the head, but women are the neck. And what you gonna do without a neck? But just as we are taught to love, to say I love you, to be expressive, and those of us who struggle with it, oftentimes it's because we were not raised in that way, and so we're uncomfortable with it. We do not know how to do it. It happens in so many ways. It manifests in so many ways, where that which we do not know how to do, if we unfortunately do not have the emotional intelligence or the feeling of safety to be vulnerable or whatever, a lot of things just go unknown because we just won't say that I do not know. And so it's a beautiful thing. This is what I'm talking about is completely paradoxical. It's that yes, women, girls, everybody needed to be returned to the stage. At the same time, we should have prepared those who are coming to share the stage with, to say the reason why there's so much room is because there were others that were removed. You know, if you've ever been a part of a choir and the arrangement, even the school class photos, school photos, you arranged. It takes a while to get everyone in the right place, for everyone to fit, and you don't know how it's going to work, but it does. There are so many ways in which we can begin to heal the neglect of the boy child. It's so vast, and I don't want anyone to feel attacked, because the examples that come straight to mind right now may make someone feel attacked. We need to pay attention to the boy child, keep growing the girl child, keep making sure that everybody is comfortable with her on stage. And I don't mean about being apologetic. I hope you understand what I mean. There's nothing wrong with preparing. There's nothing wrong with getting people ready. When we see something not working, we shouldn't be spending time blaming and building on that hate and that insecurity and that which has caused that problem to begin with. We must come together in love, gather in love, and say, how do we fix it? Because we can. It's simple and thus complex, but we can fix it. Love ya.